Climate change is real. It is happening right now. It is the most urgent threat facing our entire species, and we need to work collectively together to stop procrastinating. By Leonardo DiCaprio, actor and environmentalist. Hello everyone, I am Samyak Mishra. In the previous video, we have talked about what is climate change and how climate change is affecting our day-to-day lives. And today, we will talk about what are the effects of climate change. Firstly, I want to show a graph based on the comparison of atmospheric samples contained in the ice cores and more recent direct measurements provides evidence that atmospheric carbon dioxide has increased since the Industrial Revolution. For millennia, atmospheric carbon dioxide had never been above this line. It was around 160 to 300 parts per million, but now from 1950 it has been increased by 300 to 400 parts per million. The current warming trend is of particular significance because most of it is extremely likely, greater than 95% probability, to be the result of human activities since the mid-20th century and proceeding at a rate that is unprecedented over decades to millennia. The heat-trapping nature of carbon dioxide and other gases was demonstrated in the mid-19th century. Their ability to effect the transfer of infrared energy through the atmosphere is the scientific basis of many instruments flown by NASA. There is no question that increased level of greenhouse gases must cause Earth to warm in response. Now I will tell you about greenhouse effect. The sunlight reaches the Earth. Some energy is reflected back to space. Some is absorbed and re-radiated as heat. Most of the heat is absorbed by greenhouse gases and reflected in all directions, warming the Earth. Effects of climate change. The effects of climate change are global temperature rise, warming ocean, shrinking ice sheets, glacier retreat, decreased snow cover, sea level rise, declining Arctic sea ice, extreme events, and ocean acidification, etc. Now we will talk in more detail. Number 1. Global temperature rise. The planet's average surface temperature has risen about 2.12 degrees Fahrenheit or 1.18 degrees Celsius since the late 19th century, a change driven largely by increased carbon dioxide emissions into the atmosphere and other human activities. Most of the warming occurred in the past 40 years, with the 7 most recent years being the warmest. The years 2016 to 2020 are tied for the warmest year on record. Number 2. Warming ocean. The ocean has absorbed much of this increased heat, with top 100 meters, about 328 feet of ocean showing warming of more than 0.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 0.033 degrees Celsius since 1969. Earth stored 90% of the extra energy in the ocean. Number 3. Shrinking ice sheets. The Greenland and Antarctic ice sheets have decreased in mass. Data from NASA's Gravity Recovery and Climate Experiment shows Greenland lost an average of 279 billion tons of ice per year between 1993 and 2019, while Antarctic lost about 148 billion tons of ice per year. Number 4. Glaciers retreat. glaciers are retreating almost everywhere around the world, including in the Alps, Himalayas, Andes, Rockies, Alaska, and Africa. Number 5. Decreased snow cover. Satellite observations reveal that the amount of spring snow cover in the northern hemisphere has decreased over the past 5 decades, and the snow is melting earlier. Number 6. Sea level rise. Global sea level rose about 8 inches 20 centimeters in the last century. The rate in the last 2 decades, however, is nearly double that of the last century and accelerating slightly every year. Number 7. Declining Arctic sea ice. Both the extent and thickness of Arctic sea ice has declined rapidly over the last several decades. Number 8. Extreme events. The record high temperature events in the United States have been increasing while the number of records low temperature events has been decreasing since 1950s. The US also witnessed increased number of intense rainfall events. Number 9. Ocean acidification. Since the beginning of Industrial Revolution, the acidity of surface ocean waters has increased by about 30%. This increase is the result of human emitting more carbon dioxide into the atmosphere and hence more being absorbed into the ocean. The ocean has absorbed between 20% and 30% of anthropogenic carbon dioxide emissions recent decades, 7.2 to 10.8 billion metric tons per year. There are many more effects which we haven't discussed here. So don't forget to like the video, share the video and subscribe to our channel for such content. Bye.